Well, good morning. Yes, it's 5:55 a.m. and this is Saturday, but tomorrow already is going to be June 1st. It's hard to believe that it seems like the year just started and already it's the sixth month of the year. Uh, and yes, I took the phone off the hook. I normally don't even think to take the phone off the hook when I start a video in the early morning hours, but when I did that a few days ago and I got a telephone call at that time, it taught me a lesson. And I apologize to my friend for overreacting, I guess. It just totally took me by surprise. Anyway, the title for today is a response to another video. The title I've given is Contributing Solutions to Fix the World's Problems. And the blurb goes like this. Following my video, Heal Inwardly, Think Globally, Act Locally, I received comments showing that some people were offended. I even made an apology, quote, "In no way did I intend to minimize or invalidate the very important work being done all over the world by people acting at the local level to produce positive changes that impact all of us. To those who got that impression, I am truly sorry. There are so many people everywhere taking action to create sustainable methods and projects to uplift humanity. All of these are appreciated and applauded. To refer to these as band-aid effects was a very poor choice of words on my part. Please forgive me." End quote. Indeed, there are people all over the world actively engaged and working hard to make a real difference in our world, addressing the myriad of problems we face in a world that to many of us seems insane. Indeed, our so-called leaders are at the forefront of the insanity, which also exists to some degree within all of us. This is what we need to heal. This has been probably one of the most challenging weeks that I've had in a good while. I think I've cried more the past few days than I have in any recent time that I can think of. There were times I laid in bed literally shaking, my whole body trembling with some of the energy that's moving through me. I've been doing lots of Ho'oponopono, lots of work trying to heal because truthfully deep-seated issues in me have surfaced during this time in my challenges that I face in regard to my relationship and in regard to how I'm handling and responding to these issues and how these issues are being responded to by my friend. So it's been a time of deep introspection. But truthfully, in no way did I intend to minimize the work that's being done by the New Earth Project, Ubuntu, and these are more or less global efforts that have local chapters. And there are people that have no organization that are also doing work. The planting of gardens is a tremendous, tremendous boon to try to provide people with a healthy alternative to the agribusiness GMO crap that's being pushed by Monsanto and by the United States government and trying to sell it to the world. And thank God there are places in the world where they've rejected this. But folks, we need to stand up and say, stop this insanity, stop it. And growing gardens and being actively involved in permaculture and other solutions where we try to return to nature and get away from the corporatization of our world, not just in agriculture, but in so many areas. We have to get away from the corporate insanity, especially the governmental corporate insanity and the financial corporate insanity that has so dominated and so taken the world off course to where we need to be. I'm grateful for all of the efforts of so many people that do get together and try to create actual solutions, actual remedies to the things that we that we face. And I gravitate myself more especially toward those that are trying to fix the global thing on the legal, in the legal and law aspects, and trying to inform people of what needs to be fixed. This is where I put my emphasis, and it's why I take so much abuse and misunderstanding from certain segments. And one of the things that came up is again the feeling that I am not supported by people close to me, that people have for a long, long time in my local community. When I was focusing on healing the shadow and integrating the shadow, and I was labeled negative. Then I started talking about conspiracy theories and 9/11 and things that are going wrong with our government. I'm again labeled negative. People don't understand, haven't understood, and have often made very hurtful remarks that indicate that they just don't get what I'm trying to get to. More and more people are getting it. Some of my friends are getting it. But still to this day, there are people that simply look at me, and I feel they look at me as spreading negativity of some sort, when to me, it's exactly the opposite. I'm trying my very best to show how we have to think, the global thinking, to see the need of where we need to change things. But all of these areas need to have changes brought that are going to implement a holographic response within creation itself, within humanity itself, that will address the issues and create the new world that does work for everybody. The ambassador and Swiss Indo have been focusing, the Dragon family, the ambassador tells me, and the Swiss Indo have been focusing on ways to actually implement positive change. The Swiss Indo delegates worked really hard through the summer last year into the fall, and presented CVAC documents, completed CVAC documents that are monumental and of great importance in presenting solutions. And we worked toward reaching consensus. Even when there were different opinions, we tried to incorporate the different opinions that were being given in our small little groups that were working on various levels of projects that would show or provide an overview and a planned solution to actually address some of the issues that we face. And we were addressing issues at all levels in human culture. And then we found out that these were not ever given to Mr. Sugi, or Mr. Sino as we referred to him at the time, which never made sense to me. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they still, to this day, have not been presented to him. So he was not even aware of the work that he had in fact commissioned the delegation to do. And so there's been a disconnect there. And then when he ends up cutting a deal with the IRS, which of course I don't believe there's anybody in the delegation that would have approved of that had they known about it before it happened. Of course, none of us knew. I mean, it was just something done at the level of in Indonesia, if not a unilateral decision, a decision that was made within a very small nucleus of people, headquartered in Cirebon. So, in any case, as I said, I have tended to focus on something that will bring immediate fix to the economic situation and to the legal situation that we face in this world, to try to bring justice and fairness to people that are hurting, because they're the people that I hear. That's the cry that I hear the loudest. The people that are suffering the most, to end the wars that are being financed by people in high places, including the Dragon family. I mean, I hear from the ambassador, it's the Dragon family that finances these things. And they've been trying to shut down the cabal, according to what I'm told. And I believe that. And I certainly hope that that's true. I certainly hope that at all levels, the BRICS nations and the basket of currencies being developed, and to get the dollar out of the reserve currency of the world, and to stop the United States and European cabal, to stop the euros and stop the dollars, because those are the cabal currencies. Those are the ones that are supposed to be the ones to control everything. And we don't need controls, folks. We just don't need it. But everybody's contribution to do things to address the issues of educating people in regard to the food system that we're in, awakening people to the fracking and to the continuous exploration of oil and gas that we don't need. I mean, I want you to hear me. We don't need that old technology anymore. That has been a technology of control, and we don't need it. That's part of the cabal control grid, and that needs to be brought down. That is at the root, along with the financial stuff, of so many of the issues that create problems for us in the world, because these people want to hang on to this dinosaur of energy technologies that have been superseded by other technologies that were given to us over 100 years ago by Tesla, and are, thank God, now being developed in the quantum energy generator and other technologies along the same line throughout the world, as well as healing technologies using resonance and using frequencies to heal and bring back into alignment the natural rhythms of the universe, the natural rhythms of our globe, the natural rhythms of our bodies, and to return us to the homeostasis that will allow us to heal all of these many issues. And it is a huge undertaking. It is a huge process that is made all the more difficult because of the brainwashing and mind control techniques employed by the cabal. These are things that we have to look at, and we have to look at them objectively and honestly. And it's never my intention to minimize or to put down anybody that's working hard and making an honest effort to contributing something positive back to the world. All of these cumulatively are having a huge effect, even on the dragon family, even on the cabal. I'm sure it's being discussed in Copenhagen this weekend at the Bilderberger conference. I'm sure it's being discussed at the highest levels in corporate ivory towers all over the world, because people are waking up. This is a positive thing. This is a good thing. It's a necessary thing. And I continue to want to do my best and to continue to commit myself to being a voice of reason, a voice that points out where we need to do our work. And this area of shifting from the control of the egocentric, ego-dominated control grid within our individual lives, within our corporate structures, and within all of our planetary institutions, we need to work on these things, and little solutions, whether, I mean, I shouldn't call them Band-Aid solutions because they are important. By that, all I meant was that doesn't fix the systemic problem. That's what I was trying to say. But all of them contribute to actually bringing solutions into the systemic situation. And so all of them are invaluable. None of them are to be invalidated and minimized in any way. And that was not my intention, and I'm sorry for those of you that were hurt by those comments. That it absolutely was not my intention, but it did open up within me a lot of the areas where I personally have to heal, and I see my role actually as taking on all of these things in the world. When I do my Ho'oponopono, not in every session that I do it, but there are times that I really go deep and I really feel, and I cry. I literally cry when I feel I allow myself to feel what's going on in the world, because it's also going on in me. And I identify with that part in me that needs the deep healing. And I don't feel I can do all of the healing work alone, which is why I focused so much on having a partner to work with me. And I'm being encouraged to allow someone else into my life as well. And I see that there's a necessity into that. And I'm almost making an invitation now. If there's someone locally that wants to work with me on a very intimate level in doing some of the deep healing, along with my other friend who doesn't have a whole lot of time to give me, and admittedly so, she and I will work together when we can, but it's going to be very intermittent. It's not going to be the concentrated healing that needs to take place as I see it, on a more regular level. So if there's somebody that wants to work with me on this, contact me and let's talk about it. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I don't know where anything is going at this point, and I don't know what it all looks like. I'm doing the best I can from where I am, from where I stand and perceive the situation, and I want to help heal. And I know that that healing also needs to take place in me. It needs to take place at a level in me that I can no longer get triggered so easily by comments or by even the appearance that someone is not supporting me. I have felt a lack of support, which is why I do videos, because my support is now scattered all over the world. And that feels so good, and it's so important to my integrity, to my sense of well-being, because so little of that has occurred at the local level. So little of it has occurred even among my closest friends at the local level. And so I'm revealing all of this because this is where I am. These are the things that are coming up for me right now at this time, and I promised to share authentically what I'm going through and not hide it under a bushel, not try to put a plastic smile on. It's a huge challenge for me, but I am committed and dedicated to continuing day by day to do my part, to play my role in helping to heal this at the archetypal level, to heal humanity, to heal the planet, to heal the cosmos, to let it spread out all over the place. Now, do I have that still on one of these things? No, I'm not seeing it. I probably closed it down. Yeah. A website that I was on yesterday, I wanted to read what their particular overview was, but I don't have it on any of the 3 browsers that I have open right now. So anyway, that's my thoughts for today. And as always, I thank you for listening, and I thank those of you that give me your love and your support. And I wish sometimes I could connect on a more close level, on a physical level, with more of you. I just can't yet. Someday maybe that will happen, that I'll be able to travel more and connect with people all over the world, friends that I've made. But right now, that's just not in the cards, as it were. So again, thanks for listening. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your support. Namaste.